Installing mental model for NumPy. Last video, we watched Python lose a race to C, 100 times slower. Today, we watch it win. Summing 100 million numbers with a Python for loop takes 92 seconds. NumPy does the same job in a third of a second. Same Python syntax, 300 times faster. Python didn't suddenly get fast. So what changed? That one line of NumPy isn't really running in Python. It's calling into a C loop, a compiled one, with hardware tricks. And this is the pattern the entire data science stack is built on. Let's find the C loop hiding inside one line of code. Start with a Python list, 1, 2, 3. You'd think those numbers live in the list. They don't. The list holds pointers, little arrows. Each one points somewhere else on the heap. Follow an arrow. You land on a full Python integer object. It has a reference count, a type tag, and then, buried inside, the actual digits, 28 bytes for the number 3. A million numbers, a million tiny objects, scattered across the heap. Every access is a pointer chase. Now the NumPy array. Same 3 numbers, no pointers, no objects, no type tags, just bytes. 3 8-byte integers, 24 bytes end to end. Contiguous. Ask for the 10th element, jump 10 slots, read 8 bytes, done. Ask for the millionth, still 1 jump. No chasing. The array isn't a list of Python things. It's a block of raw memory with a label on top. Now the trick. A plus B. In Python syntax, that looks like one operation. It is, but that one operation has to touch a million elements, or a billion. A Python for loop would round trip through the interpreter once per number. That's why it's slow. NumPy doesn't do that. The plus operator on an ND array dispatches to something called a ufunc, a universal function. A ufunc is a compiled C function. It gets handed 2 things, the byte blocks and a count, and it loops, in C for the entire array. 1 function call. Then it returns. The Python interpreter sees 1 operation. The CPU ran a million adds. Inside that C loop, SIMD, vector instructions. NumPy ships hand-tuned for every modern CPU. SSE, AVX, Neon. 1 cycle, 4 adds, 8, sometimes 16. That's where the speed lives. Every arithmetic op, every comparison, every math function in NumPy, it's a ufunc. 1 call, 1 C loop, done. Slice a NumPy array, take every other element. What got copied? Nothing. What you got back looks like an array. It has a shape, a data type, but it's pointing at the same bytes. It just reads them differently. That's what strides are. A stride says, to reach the next element, skip this many bytes. A normal array of 8-byte integers has a stride of 8. Element, element, element. A stride of 16, skip every other one. Same memory, different walk. Transpose a matrix? Bytes don't move. The strides just swap. Broadcasting uses the same trick, adding a row to a whole matrix. It looks like the row got copied to every row below. It didn't. Broadcasting sets a stride of 0. Stride 0 means don't advance. Read the same bytes again and again. 1 block of bytes, many ways to walk it. Still 1 C loop at the bottom. This is the pattern. NumPy is a thin Python layer. Syntax for shapes, arithmetic, slicing, all Python looking. Underneath, a block of bytes and a table of compiled C functions. You write in Python. The CPU runs in C. Pandas works the same way. A data frame is an ND array with labels on top. Every operation drops into C. PyTorch tensors follow the same playbook. A block of bytes, compiled kernels, C, or CUDA underneath. Scikit-learn, models wrap NumPy arrays with C kernels on top. This is why Python won scientific computing. It never had to be fast. The loops Python can't run, Python doesn't run. It hands the bytes to C and waits. 1 line of Python, 1 C loop underneath. That's the trick. Cognitive architecture updated.